A young woman named Tonia Nicole Miller was reportedly found hanging from a tree at Gwen Cherry Park in Miami. And before I say anything else, I need y'all to understand why this one hit me in the chest. I grew up in Miami, not visited there sometimes, not moved there when I was older, or got transplanted there from Atlanta. I mean, summer camps. I mean, July 4th celebrations. I mean, family reunions, running around with cousins. I'm talking about being a kid at that park. So when I saw people talking about a black woman found hanging from a tree there, my heart dropped and sank into the bottom pits of my ass. Because I know that park. I know those streets. I know those people. And I know enough to know that something about this story ain't right.
So y'all want me to believe that Tonia Nicole Miller took herself up a tree and decided that she just wanted to go hanging from a tree on Juneteenth weekend over at the Gwen Cherry Park in Florida? Yeah, we ain't buying that. And on top of that, y'all done ruled it as a suicide. And it ain't no news coverage. Ain't nobody confirming nothing, and her family wanting answers.
Tonia Nicole Miller. Do you know that name? No, because no one's talking about it. How a woman in 2026 in Florida, Tonia Nicole Miller, was lynched.
This is a sad news. A black woman was found hanging on the tree in Miami. Her name is Nicole Miller. And according to the news, that no TV station is carrying this news. And it is alleged that she hanged herself, which a lot of people find it very difficult to believe that a black woman can actually take her own life. And these have actually gotten a lot of people talking on social media. And some people are currently tagging it Black Lives Matter. So we're going to be checking out this video. A lot of people are coming out saying that there's no way she actually unalived herself. Okay, some people are saying that she actually went to Miami to celebrate the Juneteenth, I think so, and she ended up on the tree. How come did she end on the tree? So we're going to be checking out people's reaction, but do well by liking this video, subscribe, and share.
A young woman named Tonia Nicole Miller was reportedly found hanging from a tree at Gwen Cherry Park in Miami. And before I say anything else, I need y'all to understand why this one hit me in the chest. I grew up in Miami, not visited there sometimes, not moved there when I was older, or got transplanted there from Atlanta. I mean, summer camps. I mean, July 4th celebrations. I mean, family reunions, running around with cousins. I'm talking about being a kid at that park. So when I saw people talking about a black woman found hanging from a tree there, my heart dropped and sank into the bottom pits of my ass. Because I know that park. I know those streets. I know those people. And I know enough to know that something about this story ain't right. And as we would say in Miami, something in that milk ain't clean. Now let me be responsible. Authorities have reported and described her death as an apparent suicide. We don't have all the facts. We don't have the final medical examiner report, and we don't have answers. But what we do have is a black woman found hanging in a tree in the South. And if you're black, you understand what that image does and how it lands differently for us. Because some of us don't even have grandparents old enough to make that history feel distant. For many of our families, that history still sits at the dinner table and watches your kids. So I got questions, a lot of them. And I think that a lot of us all should. Because what's bothering me almost as much as the story itself is how little attention it's getting. A woman was found hanging from a tree in a major American city at a major park in that city. A black woman in Miami. And somehow it's not the story that everybody's talking about. It's not on Channel 7, on Deco Drive, on all of the Fast Fives. It should be a concern to all of us, not because we should rush to conclusions, but because we should care enough to demand clarity. And here's the part that I need black people to hear. We have to stop confusing awareness with action. A repost is not accountability. A hashtag is not accountability. Being sad for 24 hours and then moving on to the next thing on our timeline is not accountability. I want to know what the organizers are doing. I want to know if there's going to be a visual. I want to know if there's going to be a community meeting. And I want to know if people are demanding answers. Because if they are, tell me where everybody needs to be so I can make sure that everybody gets there. So I can make sure that if I got the flight money, I can be there. And if they're not, that's a bigger problem. Because every time something happens to one of us, the response is silence. We teach the world that silence is enough, and it's not. Tonia deserved more than silence. Her family deserves more than silence. And our community deserves answers. And until we get them, I'll wait.
I'm trying my best to keep my composure. But a black woman was found hanging, dangling, lynched, if you may, from a tree in Miami, Florida, in Gwinnett Park. Mind you, she was only down there to celebrate Juneteenth, and she was found hanging on June 18th. They trying to rule this as a suey. Like, that lady did that shit herself. Ain't no black person I know finna traumatize the black community like that. That is a black community she did that shit in. If she did that. And I don't think she did that. Y'all better go ahead and put the policemen to work, since y'all want to pay them so much, and not defund their ass. Put them to work so they could figure it out if it wasn't them who did it. Her name is Tonia Nicole Miller. She is 27-year-old. She's a 27-year-old woman from Michigan. I don't believe she hung herself on no tree.
So y'all want me to believe that Tonia Nicole Miller took herself up a tree and decided that she just wanted to go hanging from a tree on Juneteenth weekend over at the Gwinnett Park in Florida? Yeah, we ain't buying that. And on top of that, y'all done ruled it as a suicide. And it ain't no news coverage. Ain't nobody confirming nothing, and her family wanting answers. Out of all the ways these women can choose to take themselves up out of here, you ain't finna tell me they about to climb up a tree. I'm sorry, I'm just not about to buy that story. Somebody need to get that family some answers, and they need to get them answers now, immediately. Yeah, cause saying she did that to herself on Juneteenth holiday? Come on, man. Y'all gotta be kidding me, right? Yeah. So she was 27 years old. She was on vacation in Florida, is what the people are saying. And that's where she was last seen at. And then they found her in a tree. Come on. Give the family the answers that they deserve. Don't do them like that.
It's not a great day for me today because I am trying to figure out how a 27-year-old black woman go to Miami-Dade to celebrate Juneteenth and end up hanging from a tree in a park. Tonia Nicole Miller. And you know what's so ironic about this? No major outlets are covering the story. I found out this on these platforms. No one is trying to figure out how a 27-year-old black woman go to Miami-Dade to celebrate Juneteenth and end up found hanging from a tree on June the 18th. No outcry. While we partying in the street, having a good time, celebrating our freedom, you got a group, possibly a group of individuals hanging black folks from a tree. Now, what's huge about this? Remember Trey Reed in Mississippi hanging from a tree? They try to rule that also as he took his own life. Remember? Then Colin Kaepernick went back and had another autopsy done, and we discovered that it was foul play. So why are they trying to encourage us to believe that the way that we choose to take our life is to go to the nearest tree, put a rope around our neck, and hang ourselves? Questions. They know historically that's the signature of what? So I'm asking everybody here today, let's see if we can find justice for Tonia Nicole Miller from Flint, Michigan. Justice for Nicole, Tonia. We need to find out what the hell is going on down there in Miami-Dade. What happened to this young lady? Post. Go down in the comment and prove me wrong.
Well, breaking fuck the news. A woman by the name of Tonia Nicole Miller, age 27, was found dead at Gwinnett Park. But here's the dilemma. It took me 45 minutes to find any verification on this story. And I know you're like, whoa, that's insane. There should be something. There's no major news network. There's nothing. The only reason why I found out that this was true because of this woman that's on the screen who works for CBS News, who made a Facebook post. It took me to find a Facebook post to get any kind of verified source of this story. This woman in her video said that she contacted the Miami-Dade police, and they said that they could not give her any information. There has been no public outcry. There's been a public outcry on the internet, but there hasn't been a public outcry. There hasn't been anybody at that park. There hasn't been anybody down at the Miami-Dade Sheriff's or the Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office. There hasn't been anything. It took me so long to find any verified information that this young black woman was found hanging from a tree that they've already ruled a suicide. Not only that, what's even odd, way more odd about this case is that when I went to Facebook and I typed her name in, the first thing that came up on Facebook is pictures from a Facebook page that posts the mugshots of criminals. This is the same woman from a year ago. See, the story is that she went from somewhere else down to Miami to celebrate Juneteenth. They found her body hanging on June 18th. Before June 18th, apparently when you looked her name up, this mugshot did not show up. Now all of a sudden the mugshot shows up from a year ago. There's something weird going on in Florida, and that's not, I know that's a fucking overstatement for Florida. There's always some weird shit going on. But this is very suspicious. A black woman has been found dead hanging from a tree. And brothers and sisters, we know there's a lot of ways we choose to go out, but hanging from a tree is not one of them. I'll try to keep you guys updated if they ever actually talk about the story. And shame on you, Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office. Shame on you, every news agency in Miami. Shame on all of you. I'll keep you updated with more.
Tanae Nicole Miller. Do you know that name? No, because no one's talking about it. How a woman in 2026 in Florida, Tanae Nicole Miller, was lynched when she was visiting to celebrate Juneteenth. And I don't live far from where it happened, and I had to find out over the internet because no one's talking about it. I'm just disgusted. I'm angry, and I want everyone to know her name because this isn't okay. It's 2026, and it feels like we're back in the damn 50s. She didn't deserve this. No one does, but everyone deserves to know her name, Tanae Nicole Miller.
This is indeed a sad story, and I don't believe that Mila actually took her life. I don't believe that she unalived herself because she was found hanging on the tree. This is 2026. I don't know. I don't think anybody would do that. Come to talk of a black girl, and this is not really making sense because she actually went there for Juneteenth, which is, we already know what Juneteenth is all about at, Miami there, and this is not really making sense again. And a lot of people are voicing out because people are not really talking much about this, and the media's no TV station are even talking about this, and it's not really making sense. And that is why you see a lot of people coming out to say they're trying to deceive us to let us make us understand that, or convince us that she actually took her life, which is not negotiable.